Morning.
Good morning, Commissioner Scott. Thank you for that. Good morning. Good morning. I'd like to call the meeting of the Wayne County Commission to order. Roll call, please.
The board is now open for roll call. We have a quorum present.
All right, thank you. Next item, please.
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the
Please
United
stand for the
States.
Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next item, please.
Invocation.
Okay, today we will have our invocation by Commissioner Vice Chair Pro Tem Sam Baydun.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, everyone. Let us bow our heads in reflection. In the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful, God, we ask that you guide us to pure convictions. God, we pray for unity and not division. We pray for love, not hate. Almighty God, we give thanks for the opportunity to serve our community. Grant us the wisdom to lead with integrity, the courage to stand for justice, and the compassion to serve every resident with dignity and respect. Remind us that the true measure of leadership is not found in power, but in how we treat the most vulnerable among us. Inspire us to pursue fairness over favoritism, unity over division, and understanding over prejudice. May our decisions reflect the values of equality, opportunity, and accountability. Help us to ensure that every voice is heard, every neighborhood is valued, and every person, regardless of race, religion, background, or economic status, is treated with respect and dignity they deserve. As we deliberate today, may we be guided by humility, wisdom, and a sincere commitment to the common good. May our work bring hope where there is hardship, justice where there is inequality, and peace where there is conflict. May God bless our residents, our first responders, our public servants, and this commission as we strive to build a stronger, more just, and more united Wayne County. Amen.
Thank you so much, Commissioner, for those inspiring words. Thank you so much. Next item, please.
Reading, correcting, and approval of the journal.
Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydun.
Move for approval. Support.
Been moved and supported. Are there any corrections to the journal? Hearing none, please vote.
Commissioner Baker McCoy. Motion carried.
Okay, thank you so much. Next item.
Report from the chair.
Nothing today. Next.
We're moving to page 2, unfinished business. There is none. Offering of all petitions, ordinances, resolutions, and presentations. There are none. We're moving to report A, report for committees, economic development. There are 2 items listed.
Commissioner Anderson.
Madam Chair, we had 2 items on the agenda for the Economic Development Committee, and we recommend approval.
Okay, it's been moved by Commissioner Anderson, supported by Commissioner Wilson. Any discussion on the 2 items on the economic development report? Any discussion? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carried.
Okay, and let me do my spiel for those who may be new to the Wayne County Commission. We deliberate in committee structure, and items that are before us today have been vetted at the committee level, and they come here for final disposition. Next item, please.
We're moving to report B, the Committee on Public Services. There are 7 items listed on pages 2 through 4.
Commissioner Marecki.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move approval for items 1 through 7.
Moved by Commissioner Marecki, supported by Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydun. Any discussion? Commissioner Baker McCormick?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Item number 3, landscaping. Um, This is a renewal of the current company, correct? And I don't know if we divided them. I'm not on this committee. Just to be clear, who does West Outer Drive? Do we know, is this?
Maybe someone from the department. I have no idea.
Someone from DPS, as you come into the microphone, Commissioner Colleen? Sure.
Yeah, Commissioner, this is a contract for what's called grade separation.
Okay.
So we're expecting soon the mowing contracts for the medians on Outer Drive.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Madam Chair, County Commissioners. That is correct, Commissioner. This is for grade separation. The boulevard mowing is coming up next.
Do you know when that will be?
Yeah, it's on Tuesday's agenda.
Okay, well, perfect. Very good. Okay, thank you.
And I assume the current company is being, or the renewal of the current contract may be on that agenda, I'm assuming?
Correct.
Okay. So I've been having some issues with the Outer Drive mowing, in particular, paper that I know we said before, previously, we talked about paper that is, or trash that's not picked up, and then they go and they mow it, and it's starting to be an issue again. It seems like it was rectified, but now I don't know what's happening.
Well, Commissioner, I can tell you that the process prior to mowing is that they litter pick up first, before any
Supposedly.
mowing, and then it's weed whacking, followed by mowing. So it's a process that, we've been through this many times. However, if there's an issue, I highly recommend, 188 road crew, and we will go out and investigate and report back.
So that's why I'm bringing it to you now, so we don't have to call.
Any
as
particular
commissioners.
area that you're,
West Outer Drive, from Greenfield, over to Southfield Freeway in particular. I'm seeing trash and debris being mowed and, shredded, which causes, an issue for those that live on Outer Drive. And so we've received a couple of calls on that.
we'll
So
investigate and let you know.
thank you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Hold on one second. Commissioner Anderson, was it to that point or to the
Yes.
the director? Okay, go ahead, Commissioner Anderson and
I
then
think it's
Commissioner Recchi.
same thing. I appreciate your attention, Steve, and what you've doing for this county. I did want to ask, I notice that every year, I guess you'd call it the grade separation. It's under the railroad tracks on Merriman Road. The weeds are probably at least 2 feet high, and they grow up between the cracks or the sections of concrete. And I don't know if they can spray that with an herbicide or something that would take those down for the season or something, but I appreciate if you could look into
We do
that.
have 2 herbicide applications that they perform, one in early, like early May, and then one late in the fall. But I will look into that, Commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Commissioner Recchi?
I would just like to remind the commissioners, every project that you need done has to go through 1888 road crew and not just bring up department heads and tell them. It has to have some kind of record what's going on so you can see if it's been completed. So it's very easy to do. So that's just a reminder, friendly reminder.
Thank you. Commissioner Scott?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Does this company, will they be doing the east side of Outer Drive also?
This is for grade separation.
Just the grade
so-
separation?
Right. So
Has
the
nothing
mowing,
to
the
do with the
mowing,
lawn?
the boulevard mowing is coming up next week, Commissioner Scott.
Okay.
And that will include Outer Drive.
East and west.
As east and west, should.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Any additional questions? Commissioner Marecki, your meeting is next Tuesday at
Yes.
1, 12, 11? 11.
Yeah, it's 11. And
Okay.
Commissioner Colleen just informed me this is the west side. I'm not that familiar with the Detroit whole thing, so this is the west side contract that's coming up. Okay,
On next week.
on Tuesday.
Okay.
Yep.
So
So
the
that'll
west
come
side.
out on July, what, 14th?
Yes. Okay. So remember, if there are any questions about, this is West Side, Outer Drive, Boeing contract, that'll be at the committee meeting on next week. Please feel free to attend the meeting if you can, if you'd like to ask specific questions. And I still, do you want to add something, ma'am?
Hi, Madam Chair, Michelle Yancey, DPS admin. The contract that's before you on Tuesday is for both East and West Side. It's one vendor this year and it's a one-year contract for East and West Side. And it will be with the same vendor that you're approving today.
Great, thank you.
B&B Landscaping. So are there any questions? If you want to take a deeper dive into that, hopefully the vendor may be there to answer questions about their service over the last year. Please attend that meeting next week, Tuesday at 11 o'clock.
And we are in preparation, Commissioner, Madam Chair, in preparing RFP to go out. We have to start now because it takes a long time
For next year?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Any, Commissioner Baker McCormick?
I just want to thank you for all that you do at the same time.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Any additional discussion on the public services report? Hearing none, please vote. Thank you.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Thank you. Thank you. Next item?
We are moving to page 4, Report C from the Committee on Ways and Means. There are 11 items listed on pages 4 through 6.
Commissioner Kinlock?
Move approval of the entire agenda.
It's been moved and supported for the entire Ways and Means report. Any discussion on the items on Ways and Means? Any discussion on the, how many items do we have? 11 items on Ways and Means. Hearing none, please vote. Commissioner Peterson Mayberry?
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yes, Commissioner Kinlock.
just would like to remind everyone that the Ways and Means Committee will be postponed on Tuesday.
Will postpone?
Yes, postponed, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And when we get to, the Ways and Means next week will be postponed. And there is a schedule when we come to remarks by members, if you could discuss the schedule for the budget hearings, Commissioner Kinlock. But next Tuesday's meeting for Ways and Means is postponed. Thank you. Next item?
One report D on page 7, there from the Committee on Health and Human Services is 4 items listed on pages 7 through 9.
Commissioner Scott.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Move approval of items 1 through 4.
Okay, moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Marecki. The 4 items on the Health and Human Services report. Any discussion on these items? Commissioner Garza?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to be listed as an abstention on item number 4.
Duly noted. Any additional discussion, questions on the Health and Human Services report? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries, and I have Commissioner Garza abstaining on item number 4.
Great, thank you. Next item.
We're on page 9, report from the Committee on Government Operations. There are 2 items listed.
Commissioner Clemente?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to move the full report.
Moved by Commissioner Clemente, supported by Commissioner Kinlock. on the two items on the government operations report. Any discussion on those two items? Discussion. Hearing no discussion, please vote.
Motion carried.
Next item, please.
We're on page 10, upcoming meetings.
Okay, please look at the upcoming meetings as discussed a moment ago. The Ways and Means meeting on next Tuesday is postponed. If there are any other changes to the meeting for next week, please let me know so that we can let members know. All right, next item.
We'll remain on page 10, under new business, immediate consideration. We have two items listed.
Okay, two items listed under immediate consideration. Whoever is going to speak to this, please come to the microphone. These items were asked for immediate consideration, and you will let us know.
I'm listening.
You will let us know why they are here for immediate consideration and not going through the committee process.
Good morning, Madam Chair, County Commissioners, Steve Shea, Division Director of Roads Maintenance. So, good morning to all. So the Department of Public Works, Public Services, strike that, respectfully request this consideration for approving the supplemental contract for Ajax paving. Although, you know, we put in the proper IFB paperwork, but there were some issues with, you know, we had conversation with the vendor back and forth, lots of meetings to have discussions with regards to prices and to the scope of work. So which basically delayed the procurement process. So that's why we're here today. We want to continue to reach our goal of 300 lane miles this year, 200 plus to be done in-house. And this particular contract has 107 lane miles that we would like to do. So I kindly ask for approval, and that's the reason why.
If this is approved today, when will they begin work?
As soon as we have the PO in place, I'm set to meet one of the reps next week to go over the list and get them, you know, acclimated to what Wayne County expects and how things are done.
And the analysis for this contract was in everyone's packet, so hopefully you read the analysis like you would normally do for committee meetings. Any discussion, Commissioner Wilson?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just quickly, Director Shea, Deputy Director Shea, weren't there some people here maybe a month or so ago, was Cadillac and Ajax was saying that they got I guess debarred from the contract. They were suing or something. Something happened that I read through the notes and I couldn't quite make sense of it. So now it looks like Ajax has a contract for 16 million and Cadillac's nowhere to be found, because I thought those guys that came here a while ago with their attorney and they spoke up under public comment and they were raising heck about not getting the contract. Is this the same ordeal here?
That's the same issue, Commissioner Wilson. So originally the plan was to split the contract into two, to utilize two vendors. It just, there was a lot of issues back and forth meetings, and we're trying to make sure that we were moving in the right direction. So basically the department made a decision just to go with the lowest bidder, which is Ajax. And that's why we're here before you today.
Okay, did they pursue litigation? Ajax?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Because I remember they had their attorney here, I remember, and he was talking.
Right.
And they had some folks standing up behind him, supporting him, but.
Right, but no litigation.
I was just somewhat confounded by the information, but anyway, you good? Thank you, appreciate you. Keep up the good work, by the way.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Commissioner Rickard McCormick?
Thank you, Madam Chair. So my office has been receiving road repair notices. And I just want to thank you for that, because prior to that, we really didn't get a official notice that we could share with our community. So that's a great added value. So thank you so
Commissioner.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Kinlock.
Yes, so this is the second time that we've heard about the splitting of contracts. And so I'm interested in understanding, not necessarily today, but how it's determined when to split contracts, especially when one has come through the bid process. So I'm going to have a conversation, like to have a meeting with the council, our commission council, and the department, as well as the chair regarding that issue, because it's the second time that it has come up and then lawsuits have come from it. So I want to understand, what are the parameters, where you getting that authority to do that? Yeah.
So the whole premise behind splitting the contract, Commissioner, just if I may, it was pretty much just to ensure that we had enough coverage in case a plant goes down or there's issues with one company, I can always refer back to another. That was the whole premise behind that. But, you know, there was a lot of detailed issues, so we wanted to kind of, it was just going to be too much. Already delayed the process of getting this approved to bring this before the honorable body. That's why we're here. We'd like to respectfully request that you all approve this so we can move forward with trying to reach that 300 lane mile goal.
Yes, like I mentioned, that I would need to find out if it's the procurement ordinance which allowed for this, because like I said, I agree with you, is creating some issues, and that where we need to fix and plug that hole up at. Yeah, thank you, but this here, absolutely, I support this today, but it's just, that question. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Any additional questions or discussion on this item? Commissioner Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just one more follow-up. Commissioner Kinlock, you sort of mentioned what I was going to discuss. But again, I'm looking at the contract here for 16 million, and looks like you're gonna subcontract some of that work out to 10 Mile Creek Excavating.
Yes.
Then you're gonna go Century Cement. They're gonna get some business. Fort Wayne Contracting, and looks like those three folks they're gonna split it up. So again, just for my own personal clarification and my own individual edification, if you will. Where did Cadillac go? I mean, I thought they were, you guys were here last time, I think they were.
Cadillac came in second.
Came in second. Okay, so they didn't even get the spoils, I guess. It looks like they didn't. I'm sorry, go ahead, Sue, because I'm just kind of confused. I apologize this morning. I haven't had any coffee, so I do apologize. I'm a little confused.
Good morning, Sue Hamoud, Deputy Corporation Counsel. Commissioner, this was an IFB, which is an invitation for bid, so it goes to the lowest bidder, and Ajax was the lowest bidder.
Okay, so I do recall that Ajax was here a while ago, and
Correct. And
they said something.
Ajax-
They said something about 70% that they were going to get. Then it went
Ajax
down
was
to
protesting,
0. and they got-
Ajax was protesting two things. Number one, how long it was taking us, and number two, they were protesting the department's contemplating splitting the contract, awarding Cadillac a portion of the contract, which in the procurement, the department reserves the discretion to do. For operational reasons, they may want a second vendor. The department ultimately decided to just go with Ajax solely.
With Ajax solely, and they have 3 people or 2 or 3
Those are the subcontractors.
subcontractors.
Correct.
Okay, so I guess why everybody is somewhat alarmed, because as Commissioner Kinlock sort of alluded to earlier, we had this situation before where it created some chaotic circumstances with the previous situation that we had. So we just want to make sure that we have eyes on the process. As legislative body here, we have to make sure that we can sort of cross our T's and dot our I's and put a period at the end of each sentence. So that's how we have to engage in intricate detail, if you will, so we can cover Wayne County. But I do appreciate you, Deputy Director Shea and corporate counsel, Hamud, for that response. Ken, like you had something else to say, looks like?
I did not, Madam
Okay.
Chair. Thank you.
Okay, I thought you were saying something. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And just for further clarification, generally, Ajax, and I'm just using them because they're before us, Ajax and Cadillac are primes. And they were the prime contractors that did an IFP and went out. When do IFP, as was stated, you go to the lowest bidder. And then every company has subcontractors that they use that are not the prime. Commissioner Wilson, you hear me? So there's there are primes and then there's subs. So Cadillac is another prime. So they probably have their, Cadillac probably has their own list of subs that they would use for a job, just like Ajax has their own subs. So that's why you don't see them here, because that's not, these companies are not their subs, they're subs of Ajax. So that's just for further clarification, but.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yeah.
As long as I don't see apparent low bidder, I think we'd be all right.
Yeah, but yep,
you.
Ajax in this case was the low bidder, so. Not the apparent, but the low bidder, right, exactly. Commissioner Angelique Peterson Mayberry.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I guess my question goes to along those same lines, but I'm talking about item number 2. And so I see that that's the IFB as well.
I'm sorry, we're gonna vote on these separately.
Oh, okay.
So let's do this one and then we'll go to the next one, okay?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
Any further discussion on item 1 under immediate considerations? Been moved by Commissioner Marecki and supported by Commissioner Garza. One more time for any discussion on item 1. Hearing none, please vote.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Motion carried.
All right. Now, item number 2, and only because this is with the IT department. So, oh, sorry. Madam Clerk, go ahead.
Requesting commission approval of a 3-year purchase order between the Charter County of Wayne and Trace 3 for the Department of Information Technology to replace Cisco wireless network infrastructure that has reached end of life and must be replaced.
All right, introduce yourself for the record and tell us why this had to come before us and not go to committee.
Sure. Good morning, Hector Roman, CIO, Director of IT. We work with procurement on IFB, and once it was awarded, the quotes received were only valid for 30 days, and that's due to supply chain issues within the industry. As you guys are aware, these AI companies are buying all the chipsets and memory, and that's making prices fluctuate. And manufacturers are providing governments like 30, sometimes 14 days on quotes, which we know for governments, that's not good enough, but that's why we had to ask for immediate consideration.
And the 30 days expires
July 10th.
July 10th, which would be before our next full board meeting.
Correct.
Okay. Any discussion on this item? Commissioner Peterson Mayberry, did you have a question?
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I know that this is okay, music before I speak. I don't know. Right. What an introduction. Thank you.
Walk off music.
I don't know if I should stand or walk. I don't know. But I know that this is IFP, so of course what gives me a little heartburn is about this being out of California. So I'm wondering, with all of the bids that we received, to my commissioners, my colleagues' point about apparent low bidder, what does that look like though for local contractors? Were they so drastically higher than this out-of-state, out-of-county contractor that we're constantly going with when we do things like this? Because this is to replace a wireless network infrastructure system that I know that there are local contractors who also have the capability. So were they drastically out of scope in terms of their pricing?
That's gonna have to, can you answer?
Hi, Cheryl Reader, IT. Not drastic, I mean, within a couple of $1,000s, but I guess they're all giving us just a 30-day quote and the prices are all just a couple of
Speaking to the mic, please.
Oh, sorry. Within just a couple of $1,000s. One was significantly lower, but I don't think they quoted the correct thing. But all of the vendors are only giving 30 days and the prices go so fast, drastically up and down because of the market.
Okay, thank you. And maybe a process question and a statement. Process question is, what constitutes an IFB bid for a body of work that we're doing? What constitutes a body of work being an IFB versus a RFQ or RFP? What makes it a IFB? Because I'm seeing that now a lot as that justifying the vendor that we're using to say, well, we went with this vendor, they were the lowest and they're not necessarily local. So can someone answer that for me? Oh, okay.
Through the chair to this honorable body, so I think there's a lot of discretion to some extent that goes into that decision, depending on what you're getting with regards to goods. I would recommend maybe having procurement come to a committee meeting and perhaps have that discussion. Because I don't think it's a straightforward, just black and white answer per se. So I don't want to start telling you things right here, but though we can talk after the meeting, but perhaps maybe GovOps or something, have procurement come and they can just have a general discussion with commissioners regarding some of the procurement questions that continue to come up in these meetings.
That would be, I would absolutely love that. And I think maybe my colleagues would benefit from a discussion like that as well. And then the next question I'll have is around, and I know we've talked about doing this vendor fair because there are vendors who are reaching out or potential vendors reaching out. And I don't know if we've solidified a date for that, just so that they understand our process, what that looks like, if they are a vendor, how to stay in compliance, or if they're a vendor who's looking to be a vendor, what they could do. So I don't know if that date's been finalized yet, but I'm interested and I hope we're having that before the end of the year. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. Commissioner Clemente.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I don't have a question for you guys, but procurement and I have been talking about them coming to government ops, or maybe there should be a cow so that everyone will attend and hear. But that's your discretion.
Thank you. Yeah, a cow would be most appropriate. So we'll schedule that. I will also let you know, to your point, Commissioner Peterson Mayberry, I'm having a business certification town hall, if you will, in August, bringing in procurement to my district to talk about that process and how especially small business can get certified and what the process looks like. So individual commissioners could do the same in their districts, but as far as process, that conversation should be held at a committee of the whole, so we'll schedule that within the next 90 days or so. Okay. Commissioner Kinlock.
Madam Chair, I'm absolutely clear in certain areas that I have some issues with the procurement ordinance. So I absolutely will be coming with some amendments to that ordinance and hopefully in a timely fashion, before the COW, so we can discuss it in COW. But there's a number of issues that keep coming up at this commission that we need to have some amendments. But, from the COW, we can see some other amendments as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Baker McCormick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I was going to comment on the procurement and business certification process. Early on, I had a meeting in my district, and as the chair said, I think we should have those in all of our districts to make sure that we're touching businesses that can do the work. I mean, that's what we're here for. Also, as to the couple of $1,000 difference for a local company versus out-of-state company, I believe there is a process of giving credit to the local bidder. And when you talk about a couple thousand, I think that, that I don't know if that came into play at all. I don't know if you know if credit for being a in-state business versus out-of-state was given.
So actually, we get the recommendation letter from the procurement director telling us who was awarded.
Okay. Yep. So again, that's why that is important. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Commissioner Kleen.
wide or national, what do you call them?
Like My Deal
The
and all
co-ops,
those
yeah.
co-ops. Mhm.
Right, and whether those are actually in the interest of the county to do that. I know it simplifies the process for procuring, and I don't want to go through it here, but I think that for a cow, I could see the first thing we do is almost have a study session about all the various provisions and get all of the issues out on the table that people have. And then from there, go to any appropriate amendments. So that's just my suggestion. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'll take that under advisement because it is a large document and it may take several meetings to get through it, to understand it, and then figure out how to make it better. Commissioner Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Obviously, this is a very important item that we're discussing here this morning. And with that being said, I think I have a slight scholastic foundation, if you will. And when I continuously see item number 2, it says the apparent low bidder. And then you go back to item number 1, and it says the lowest bidder. And then when we talk about locally certified vendors that comes out of our area, Wayne County, and then you have to go all the way across the country to get someone for $2,000 less. And I think last time I checked, this commission approved a $2.2 billion budget just last year. So, but we went all the way across the country for $2,000, but we left the local area where folks pay into this $2.2 billion. So I'm saying I'm somewhat perplexed. Maybe this is for the cow, but it seems like this has become an incessant issue with procurement. And invariably, I guess I could say categorically, there are some problems with the procurement ordinance because we keep coming back here as commissioners almost every meeting, and we have the same discussion about the same items, and we have the same contention, and it doesn't change. I think Councilor Johnson said it very well when she said it's sort of subjective, the procurement ordinance. There's a lot of moving parts. So maybe we need to make sure that it becomes more objective, where we have a goal and measurables, versus subjective, when folks can just snap their fingers and say, hey, it's $2,000 less. We'll use those folks instead of giving our local vendors an opportunity. So thank you very much for listening. I appreciate that. And thank you, Madam Chair. I defer back to you. Thank you.
Thank you. And I will remind, we're having a great procurement conversation, but the people before us are just for the this IT item there. So we thank you for indulging us in this conversation that has nothing to do with you. And so as we wrap this up, Commissioner Kinlock.
Appreciate that. No, but I just want to say that on the procurement part, all of these ordinances, we're the legislative body, are complex, every last one of them. Just want to say that the fact of the matter that I'm saying I'm interested in submitting an amendment to the procurement ordinance is based upon the experience that I've had and hearing items move across our table over the past 5 years. I serve on the Board of Water Commissioners. I am absolutely aware of procurement policies and large amounts of money that we vote on at the Water Commission associated with taxpayer dollars. There clearly are some amendments that need to be made, whether we have this cow or not, that we all know and all are aware of that have been problematic for us. So I absolutely will be bringing some amendments for consideration by this legislative body, because that ordinance, as all ordinances do, belong to the legislative body. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any further discussion on the item before us? Any further discussion on this contract? Thank the three of you, appreciate you. Please vote.
Motion carried.
All right. Thank you so much. Next item, please.
We're on testimonial resolutions and certificates of appreciation. There are 11 items listed on pages 11 through 13.
Moved by Commissioner Marecki, supported by Commissioner Clemente. Any discussion on the testimonial resolutions and certificates of appreciation? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carried.
Next item.
For memoriams, there are 5 names listed.
Let me just speak to one of them. Mr. Robert Hassler was 100 years old. He was a member of the Mont Point Marine Unit. And for those of you who don't know, Mont Point Marine Unit was the first African-American Marine unit in the country. He was my cousin by marriage. He just had his 100th birthday last year. So actually, he was 101. His birthday was earlier this year, but very decorated gentleman. And he had a wonderful service on last week. But a lot of our seniors who made history are starting to pass now because that was a while ago. But the Mont Point Marine Unit was there to acknowledge him, Marines from across the county. So it was a lovely service. And then unfortunately, Clark L'Oreal McDaniel, another distant cousin of mine, 25 years old, who was tragically killed in a car accident. So her services were earlier this year too, and she has a twin sister, and so that's very devastating for that family. So we want to keep them lifted up in prayer. And then finally, Mother Farrakhan's the wife of Minister Farrakhan of 72 years of marriage, and she passed away earlier this year, earlier this week or late last week. Those services, I believe, were in Chicago earlier this week. Any additional comments on any of the names before us or any names to add? Hearing none, please stand for a moment of silence. Thank you so much. Next item.
Public comments.
Anyone for public comments? Anyone on Zoom for public comments? Anyone in chambers for public comments? You have 2 minutes. Anyone in the chambers for public comments? You do have someone on Zoom? Okay. On Zoom, if you could give your name, please. You have 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes. Okay, thank you. We tried. Anyone in chambers for public comments? All right, next item.
Reconsiderations.
There are none.
Remarks by members.
Any remarks by members? Commissioner Clemente.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I've been pretty proactive in my district lately, calling the call center, the 1-888 road crew. We had kind of a dangerous situation on Dix where during rush hour, there was a light that was blinking red and people were not paying attention to it. So I called the call center right away. They got on it, and I have to thank DPS and the call center for all the work that they're doing. Calling that call center and not identifying myself right away, I have had a lot of really great success having things taken care of. So it's an important number. It's an important number that we teach our constituents how to use, and we can use it ourselves. And they've been very responsive, so I want to thank them.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Marecki.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Scott and Steve are still in here. I just want to give a huge shout out for all the DPS workers that are out there working on the roads in this awful humidity and heat. So thank you to all of your group. Thank you.
Big shout out to them, absolutely, especially under these conditions. So thank you, DPS, and all of the workers. We truly appreciate the work that you do for all the citizens of Wayne County. Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Thank you. I echo that, and I also echo my colleagues mentioning about having the communication to the communities about any road closures and work. Actually, visited one of the spaces where they were working, and, the gentlemen were extremely happy that as a commissioner, you just come and you just, ask them if they need any water, things of that nature. So appreciate that. We want people to slow down when we see those orange cones and those individuals out there. And also want to send a shout out to the individuals, the county exec's office for coming to educate people on the Wayne County Transit proposal. We know that we're not swaying people one way or the other in terms of those educational sessions, but people are hearing about the educational sessions. My office has been contacted twice already since the other day because we did one in the community. And so they do want to know, because an informed, once they're informed, then they can make an educated vote on which way they're going to vote. But just, again, thank you for being responsive with all the information. Thank you for sharing it. And thank you for coming and doing a presentation. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. And it is so very important that we get that word out, again, just for educational purposes, so people so they'll have the proper information when they go to cast their vote. And I think absentee ballots went out this week, so people are starting to do that. So it's imperative that we educate them. Commissioner Wilson?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just want to quickly thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve as chair of the Ethics Task Force. We're coming along very well. As a matter of fact, we're reaching its conclusion. I submitted some information to the legal team so they can make the adjustments with their legalese to make sure everything is within the proper parameters. But in terms of that, I want to thank Felicia Johnson, who's been doing an incredible job, her and her team, and Pamela Fordham and her team as well. I know they have a lot on their plate. And when they got that big packet for me about a week and a half ago, they told me, hang tight, now we're going to get to you, but we got a whole lot of other stuff going on. So I want to say thank you all for just enduring. And once you get the information back, we'll be close to a culmination, if you will, and we'll get it before the body and we'll proceed as such. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you, and look forward to
And thank you, thank you,
Okay.
Commissioner Kinlock
Oh.
and Commissioner Melissa Dobb. They've been very, very instrumental in making sure that we keep this on track in terms of strengthening the language in our ethics ordinance so folks know how to behave around here. Thank you.
Look forward to your recommendations.
Thank you. Don't worry, Felicia ain't gonna let nothing go in there if it ain't right. She already, no, we can't do that. We can't do this. I said, oh, all right.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
Commissioner Vice Chair Palomero.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to recognize two valued Wayne County employees who are in the chamber today for different reasons. First, I would like to wish a belated happy birthday to my administrative assistant, Martha Toth, who celebrated on June 19th.
On June 3rd, June 19th.
And secondly, I would request that Mr. Anthony Cartwright Sr. stand up for just a brief second. And I want to congratulate you on the great news of your son accepting a full football scholarship and all the other NIL goodies that go with accepting a scholarship to a powerhouse school. The University of Oregon Ducks are lucky to get him. And it was a beautiful story in the paper. Congratulations.
Congratulations. That's awesome. I know. All I can say, I wish my kids played football so I won't have to pay tuition. So thank God for you and your son. Congratulations, Anthony. Oh, very good. Any additional remarks by members? Let me just at this time do two things. One, we're so happy that Wayne County and Detroit are becoming destinations for conferences. For many, many years, many organizations purposely did not come to Detroit and Wayne County for a variety of reasons. One was hotel space, not having enough hotel space, and just the stigma that people thought we were. But over the last few weeks, actually, The Links, which is a national African American service organization, had their 45th annual conference here, and they brought in about 3,000 women from across the country, and they had an absolute wonderful experience here. The Motown Review did a show for them, and they just had a wonderful time here. And of course, when people come here, whatever they thought, negatively, they are pleasantly surprised by Detroit and Wayne County. And then this weekend, the Ladies of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, which I'm a member of, we're having our 100th regional conference. So there are ladies here from the 8 states in the Midwest region, as well as Ontario. And they're going to be here over the next few days celebrating each other and lifting up service, scholarship, and sisterhood. So I'm so happy that, again, people are coming to Detroit and Wayne County and recognizing the gem that we know that it is, and having a marvelous time when they come and visit. All we have to do is make sure that they fix 94 so they can get from the airport to downtown in a timely manner. But that's another story. But I'm just thankful that both those organizations have come here, and we look forward to many, many more. And as you know, in next year, well, I'm not a basketball person, but March, the Final Four men's will be here in March. So that's going to be another feather in our cap as we welcome people from across the country to Wayne County. So I'm just delighted, and just they're knowing what we already know, that we're a wonderful place to live and to thrive. So those are my comments for today. Any additional comments from remarks by members? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn? All right, motion adjourned, and we will reconvene next meeting on July 14th, which is a Tuesday, July 14th. Thank you.